minute to introduce our next speaker. Tom Busby, are you there? Can you mic up? Yeah, and that's where Tom is. And I said, send me some pictures of me and Tom, and I'm going to post them up. And for those who don't know me and Tom and our history, me and Tom worked together for 10 years. I worked for Tom, and I cut my teeth in the market with him. I sat, I don't know, 10 feet away from him, and he would call me in and say, look at what the market's doing, and this is how you understand it, and this is why this is doing this, and this is doing that. And I mean, when I went to work for Tom, I didn't even understand the concept of going short. I just could not get my brain around what that even meant. That's what a baby I was when it came to the market. And he taught me everything I know. Spent a lot of time on the road together and there in the office with the team, and broke a lot of bread, didn't we, Tom?
We sure did. A lot of places.
a lot of planes, right? A lot of missed flights, a couple of jets,
places.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
All over the country.
Gainesville, full of DTI stuff. Logo changes, websites, so many things. Everything.
Real quick before I get started, I got to tell everybody, we used to go and we'd do this in front of people, right? A lot of people be in the room. And Jeanette would be sitting there making the slides as they popped up, and I would be speaking. I mean, we never had a presentation. I can't remember in advance. You know, it was like bang, 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 and she was great.
When people say that they started like they did the first multi-speaker online, I'm like, that's BS. Me and Tom Busby did. It was called Wednesday on the Web. It was in 2004. We used Omnovia. We helped them build that thing. We were the cutting edge. We were the people that taught.
We were their fourth customer.
We were the pioneers, Joe. And I have to tell this story. This is my best story about you and me, Tom, is I'll never forget this because it scared me to death. But so Tom's talking about me being over on the computer and how I would be running the slides and stuff. Well, I'll never forget the time we were in Vegas. There's probably 500 people in the room, and I was just used to being behind the machine. I was never up in front of the crowd. And Tom calls me up over to him. He like motions to me to come over, and I'm like, what? And he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I said, what? He's like, I got to go to the bathroom. So you're going to have to put this mic on. And meanwhile, he's taking the mic off of himself. He's putting it onto my suit jacket. I'll never forget this. And he's like, you gotta talk to them. I want you to just put the roadmap software up, which is the software he developed, which is how I learned to trade. I learned to trade right off that tape reader he's got. And he's like, all right, I'm going to put the software up, and you just stand here and give me long enough to run to the bathroom. You just explain to them, just like you're doing it in the chat room, in the trade room. Just do it live. And I'm telling you, like I was a full body sweat, and I was looking at him saying, "No, you better not leave me. You better not leave me." Meanwhile, he's just steady putting that mic on me, and he left me, and we had a phenomenal day that day in the room, and met so many new traders that joined the program, and that became the new thing, right? We didn't say Tom had to go to the bathroom. It was just I did it better than him. I told him how to use your own software better than you, Tom.
Oh, you used to teach people. You used to teach it. I mean, you were great. Yeah, absolutely.
That's an awesome story.
Here's Tom's topic, just to keep us going. He's going to be talking about 4 chart patterns every trader should know, and I'm going to sit here and listen to every single one of them because I can. We'll just.
All right. Well, super.
Which slides are the ones I probably made back in the day?
We still use the same stuff.
I love it. I love it. All right, Tom, it's all you. Go ahead.
All right, let's do it. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I'm going to advance my slides. Just put it right here. Is that right? Or
I just took my slides down, so you should be able to put yours up.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Let's wait till we see them come up.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Adam.
There we go.
Oh, perfect.
Bam. Go ahead.
That picture right there you're looking at of the buildings where I'm broadcasting from, that is Jeanette in front of our building. Look at that picture, Jeanette. That's you right there in front.
Oh my gosh, I remember taking that picture.
Yep.
I think that was right after Sarah was born. I can remember that red jacket and that black skirt, and I'm shaking Jeff's hand.
That's right. Right there in front of DTI. Anyway, there's our classroom. We designed it for traders in mind. We thought it was important to have a very comfortable environment to learn something that's very hard. You know, you hear people all the time talking about, hey, I made 800%, I made 1,000%. Let me tell you, folks, this is a tough game. But if you learn the proper way to do it, It's the best thing you can ever do for yourself. So I'm telling you, I've been here a long time and I've seen a lot of things, but you do have to educate yourself and be ready. There's no such thing as an easy do this, do that. You gotta pay attention. Now, let's see if I get a slide. There's risk. There's always risk involved in trading. And I found that if you put that out front and define that risk, you'll be a lot better. And so every trade that I do, I know I always have defined risk. I know going in, I know where I'm going to lose money, I know where I'm going to make money, and I know exactly everything about that trade before I put real money exposed. Now, for those that don't know who I am, I'm Tom Busby, been in this game a long time, I guess over 40 something years now, and I've been an active trader since the 70s. Still a member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I still trade a lot. I have 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. If you go inside that first book, you'll see that Jeanette was acknowledged in there for helping me do that book. So I don't know if she remembers that or not, but it's that book right now is really a collector's item. It's 2005. I currently run a hedge fund, a small one, doing unbelievable. And then of course I work with over 50,000 traders. Now, in my opinion, this is a section I love because I get to tell you what I really think. So here's what I really think. I think the market is going to go higher, and I think it's going to go higher and climb that proverbial wall of worry. I'm looking for right now, and I use the S&P when I'm thinking about this stuff. I'm looking for the S&P reading probably by the close of business tomorrow, 20 or 30 points higher from where it is, just to give you an overall feel. Okay, let's start by talking about it. Okay, the market itself gives you a lot of opportunities, and you have to learn that sometimes maybe things that you want to be into shouldn't be what you're into. You ought to do what the market tells you to do. That's the biggest lesson I think anybody can learn. Okay, if you get into a trade, my rule is very simple. If you get into a trade and you're losing money on that trade, get rid of that trade. I use the end of day to make that decision. And I think it's a great rule, because just keep the ones that are making you money and put more money in those, and you'll make more money. I know that, sorry about that, forgot to cut my phone off. Okay, here's where we started. I started this concept years ago looking at the global picture. The market itself, okay, there's 7 sisters. There's E-mini or the SPY, NASDAQ or the QQQ, the Dow or the Dow. The DAX is a unique market I've been following for years. Gold. By the way, gold right now, I'm long gold. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, gold right now is breaking out, and I'm long gold. I've been long gold all day. Got long off the roadmap, okay? Crude's been crazy market. It's been up and down, and it's back up a little bit. Bonds are selling off right now. I wouldn't touch bonds with a 10-foot pole. I think bonds are unbelievable short. Okay, let's review the roadmap generated trades. Every Sunday night I meet with my people that's and I tell them what I think for the week, because I think getting information way ahead of the crowd is the way to do it. And we do that on Sunday night. But anyway, here's the deal. This is what I said Sunday night, and I'm going to go through this. This was some of my generated trades from the roadmap, okay? I said, buy the market if it goes above S&P of 38 or 28.33. If you'll look at the S&P this week, that was at the low end of where the market was. So we got in early on this rally you're seeing today, and the high of the week is 28.95. So we're doing real good. And I think this afternoon, if you take out that 95 high, you're going to go up to about 29.35. So this is huge to get the S&P. 75% of all stocks follow the S&P. Let's simplify this process. Let's simplify it. Number 2, I said, I'm going to buy Apple if I get above 28.33. I bought it at 291.55. Today, I bought more of it today. It's at 304. I think Apple's headed to 311. The high of the week's 304.32. I bought my second edition this morning about an hour ago, okay, on Apple. TLT, I told you I thought bonds were short. I bought puts on TLT. I actually shorted TLT, but I bought puts on TLT. The low of the week's been 162. It rallied back a little bit today. I'm going to sell some more of it late today. But I think this trade is good for a lot of money. Might be the bond trade of the year. It might be the bond trade of the year, being short TLT. SPY, I bought calls on the SPY from my favorite markets to trade, 282.78. The high of the week is 289.78, and I'm looking for higher prices now. Boeing, this has been a proverbial short of mine. This week I went short at 132. It hit 121. I covered my short position. I'm looking for a new entry for next week, okay, on Boeing. Number 6, this is a gold play. I started off the week saying I'm going to go long at 1725. I lowered it to 1708. That hit this morning. That's when I went long Nugget. I'm up, goodness gracious, I'm up $4,300 on that trade. Maybe I can show it to you a little bit later, but that's Nugget. I like to play Nugget when gold. I also have options on GDXJ. I've got sell orders in higher. I had a lot of options on GDXJ, but I used the futures to get me into these stocks. Netflix, I said I'm gonna buy puts if it drops below 412. Never happened. There was no trade on Netflix. I shorted airlines. I told people, I said, look, I've been thinking about this airline situation, and I've done a little study on it. So this week I shorted UAL at 23.91, a current price a little bit behind 24.32. But I think airlines, I think UAL especially, is headed down to 18, if not lower. I think it's a good play. And you can short a stock and buy a call to protect yourself against it. This is a good strategy during this time with airlines going down. Number 9, Amazon's a trade I really work a lot, and I work spreads on Amazon. I bought a call spread yesterday, okay, and we sold it today. We bought, I used 10 contracts. We bought 10 contracts on this, made $700 from yesterday to today, knowing these numbers and knowing how to place option orders. Number 10 is UPRO. This is something that I started trading about 3 weeks ago, and I set S&P numbers that I'll go long. In this case, 35.55 was my long on UPRO. UPRO right now is 37.16. You can see using the techniques that we teach and the techniques that we use with our software makes our job a lot easier by following this process. Now, I gave 3 money-making ideas for today. Let's see what I said, and I did this last night. I said I'm going to buy puts on FedEx if the stock is below 115. FedEx rallied today. That's no trade. I said Nugget. I'm going to buy Nugget, N-U-G-T, if gold goes above 1708. Gold is 1731. I'm killing it in Nugget today. I like to day trade Nugget, the stock. I don't know if you've ever traded. It's a fun stock to trade, correlating it with gold. Number 3, Apple. I said if it goes above 302.55, I'm going to buy more of it. Remember, I bought the first layer this week at 291. I'm buying the second layer at 302. My target is 311 on Apple, okay? Been as high this year to think 327. But those are ideas that I generate for our customers to let them say, hey, you don't have to be so foggy about what's happening. I'll show you how it works by using our software. Everything we do here at DTI revolves around the question, should I be long, should I be short, or should I be out of the market? It's that simple. DTI method answers that question every day. And I'll tell you another thing, and I'll tell you this. If you get the roadmap software, and people talk about accuracy, if you get the roadmap software, you can run every idea you have through it. And if it tells you to buy, buy it. If it tells you to sell or stay out or leave it alone. That's my advice to you. DTI method considers time, key numbers, and indicators that we've got embedded into the roadmap. And we didn't make it complicated. I tell people, most software is built by programmers and engineers. This was built by traders. Understanding time. There's a global clock you have to understand. Asia, Europe, U.S. morning, and U.S. afternoon. So if you think about that, just think about it from a concept. New Yorkers get up 3 hours earlier than people in California, and it goes across the country. So we have learned to correlate wherever maybe you're looking at the market from with where the sun is, and that's the key, wherever that sun is. Now, understanding time, we did it graphically in our software where you have Asia, and it starts with that blue bar. We call it the reference bar from 5 to 5:30 Central Time. That's 6 to 6:30 Eastern Time. Reference bar 2 is the German market and the European sector. That's from 3:30 to 4. Reference bar 3 is New York market. It's 8:30 to 9. And then, of course, the middle of the country, 12:30 to 1 when we talk about the West Coast, okay? So we've got it laid out. There's actually 4 markets in one day. I learned this years ago because I was fortunate enough to have what was known as the Frontline Globex system. One of 50 machines in the world, I had one of those machines. Understanding time, it includes the year, it includes the month, it includes the week, it includes the day open. Understanding key numbers. This is the support numbers we had at the start of the week, 2720. My pivot number is a very important concept. Where is the market? Where does the market go bullish and where does it go bearish? I lay that out off the roadmap, teach you how to do it. And then, of course, I said resistance 2790. Well, guess what? We broke through 2790 today, went to 95. It's pulled back a little bit now, but the next time up, it stays up. 2 passes. That's what you got to remember, the 2-pass rule. Now, understanding leading indicators. All these are built into the roadmap. Average true range, relationships between markets, when to buy, when to sell. Most important question traders have. Profit targets, when to take profits, when to get out of bad trades. All this is incorporated in one easy to read compass chart, we call it. And you'll know what's strong and what's weak. Now, I said we try to figure out whether to be long, short, or out. If you get that question wrong, you're going to lose money. You ought to write that one down. If you get that question wrong, you're going to lose money. So accuracy is very important to how you set up your risk versus your reward. It's like a batting average. Now, I want to look at a trade that we did in the market, and we'll go through it for you, and then we'll have some fun here, okay? Reference bar 3, 8:30 to 9. That's the first 30 minutes of the day market, okay? It's the third reference bar in the global system. We call it reference bar 3. It's usually the most volume and the largest bar of the day. The first 5 minutes of that bar is pretty choppy, and then the market will trend. That's what you're looking for. Reference bar 3, once the bar is formed, if you get above that high, the theory is you go long. If you get below it, you go short. Simple, right? Okay, so that's what a stock we had, one of our stocks now, is set up perfect. Notice that blue bar, which identifies RB3. Notice the bar after that went higher, which was alert to us. Hey, we might consider buying the stock or buying options. We bought options instead, okay? Now, the high was 365.67. The low was 356. The market broke above that high. About 10 cents for the break. The market went up, and now that stock is at 384. That was yesterday, folks. You don't think we're making money on that? We're killing it. I mean, unbelievable, the software. And you just adjust the stop as it's going up. I added to that position today too. I guess a little greed stepped in. All right. So it gives you your action plan each day. We lay that out in a process because I think traders need a process. And the roadmap does that, okay? Removes the fear, has that optimistic viewpoint because you know your accuracy, you know what you're going to do, and you are able to write your own ticket. Let me stop there and say that. You're able to write your own ticket. You can do this every day. You can do it every week, every month. Heck, you can do it every other month if you learn some basic things that we're going to teach you. Best way to do it is using the roadmap. That's a fact. I wouldn't trade without it, and you shouldn't either. You know, I ask this question to our students sometimes. I say, who made money? They'll come back and say, I made money. And then I say, who has the roadmap? I got the roadmap. The roadmap, you heard Jeanette mention about it, This is something we've been working on for 20 plus years. It works. It should be expensive. You know, I probably shouldn't sell it for what I do, but we do because we know that you will be a loyal student once you have it. I understand how to use it. Now you got to virtually learn how to find these opportunities. You know, people tell me that they want to see the markets the way I said. Well, get the roadmap. If you want to see the markets, what I've learned in all these years, get the roadmap. They say we're incredible at market timing. Like Sunday night, this market goes above this number, right? Well, we're that incredible because we use this software to do it. It's how I see the market and how you should too. Now, the first thing that I tell everybody that gets on the roadmap system, this is very simple, but I developed 4 simple ways to look at any market. I want you to think about this. They will increase your accuracy up to 67% if you do this. I see people all the time all over the board with their accuracy, and I think to myself, get the roadmap. You start out at 67% if you learn these 4 patterns. A buy signal looks this way. Notice where that first bar went in that buy area, and notice the bar after that, confirm. That's a standard buy signal. Buy it, once it penetrates, it's confirmed. So that penetration bar, you find. You find it after the blue bar. That's simple. Every one of you can memorize that. Now, buy failure is a little different. It goes into that buy area, and there's no confirmation, breaks below it. That's a good trade. It comes all the way down to the sell target when that happens. So that's 2 patterns. 2 patterns. 3 is a simple sell signal where it goes into the sell area and then keeps going to the target. Those are simple, straightforward. But here's what happens, especially, and we've had a lot of these in this rally that we've had right now. Market looks like it's going down, and all of a sudden, you get a sell failure, and that sell failure reverses, and we go up to the target. We had one of these last night on RB1, a sell failure. Now, if you learn these 4 patterns, as Alan says, Alan's a long-term student of ours. He said, you'll grow your account. I agree with him 100%. He's a doctor. He understands the market. He's a great trader. But this helped him settle his emotions because now he's got a process. If you use those 4 patterns, then we can play beat the box. Now, I think I can drag stuff over. I hope I can. I'm going to try. Let's drag a chart over here. And first chart I'll drag over here is, let me size it.
Have to resize it.
Here, I get it in there, I think. Yeah. Can y'all see that chart, or is the chat able to respond? I don't know. But if you can see this right here, this is that now I was talking about. Notice I got a blue bar that went into the buy area. Notice the stock itself went up and confirmed. This should go to a target of 388.95. That's what I'd be expecting on that. I would know I'd be wrong if it broke that blue bar, which is about 382 or 81.40 would be where I'd probably step aside if I was trading it this afternoon. But that's an example of now, okay? I just wanted to show you a live market there and show you. Now, I'll do one other market for you real quick. Let me do that. Well, let's see here. Now, here's another market. This is, I don't know if you're familiar with this index, but this index right here is XBI. This is why it's important to have the roadmap, but look at XBI. XBI is an opposite signal where it goes into the sell area and confirms as a sell signal. XBI has a target, okay, to the sell side of about 97.5. Those are 2 opposite signals right now with the roadmap. These are stocks that I follow and trade, okay? Let's see. Yeah, the market's in a pause right now. If I look at the S&P, it hadn't moved enough to the downside right now, so we got to determine if the afternoon's going to be a sell based on what we're seeing. The number that would tell me everything's cool from here, if the S&P currently about 2880 gets to about 2890, and a half. Write that number down. Write that number down. 28.90 and a half. Okay. That would tell me that you got to do some stuff there. But anyway, you can have a lot of fun plugging things that people tell you are good or bad into the roadmap. You'll know once you learn those 4 patterns. Now, we just added a new feature, and this feature is phenomenal. This is a swing feature, okay? Where if you like to swing trade, there's no better feature on the planet than the swing feature. Let me tell you why, okay? Because if I have all these 8,800 stocks to find out the best place to go, then I want to say what's the top 10 of those stocks, and that's a list of them right there for today. Notice PayPal. Did y'all see PayPal today? Take a look at PayPal. This was one of our swing trades today, okay? High, noon, longs. Now, if the market was going down, I'd go to my short list, okay? And I'd look there and I'd say, notice there's a lot of airlines in there. You remember I told you to short airlines? A lot of airlines keep coming up in there. Love, Delta, American Airlines. A lot of airlines in the short side of this market right now. Now, this is the deep dive. This is where I go in and I search all those 8,500 stocks, and I've got a certain custom stock I can put in there if I want to see if it's a buy or sell. And we color code it for you. That's the beautiful thing about it. So it's not like you have to be a brilliant chart reader to figure out that this stock is good or bad, like AAL is a short. Notice Apple is a long, AAPL, right there in our process. So you can do this. The best part about the roadmap, though, and the absolute best part about the roadmap, is this a complete roadmap trading system, one that teaches you online how to do all this stuff. We call it the Roadmap Trader Package. We put this thing together over 20-something years. It's a powerful method of how to trade. You get the complete one if you become a subscription to the Roadmap software. I don't trade without it, and you shouldn't either. Every kind of market, every type of trading, whether it's short term, swing, long term, you use the roadmap to start your process to put your money in. We have a course designed that talks about a lot of the key setups that happen over and over again that you can learn. And then my 67% module. What I showed you, those 4 patterns, this is the details behind each of those patterns and what to look for, common traits, things to look for to get you up to speed. This is the very first module you want to go through when you get the roadmap software. Trade management, you got to have trade management. I don't care if you're a good trader or a bad trader. If you don't have trade manager, you're not going to be around for the next meeting because you're going to blow your account up. You're going to be out of money, and you're going to be saying, I wish I'd have done this, okay? You don't have to do that with the trade management course. It teaches you the things you are to ask yourself and what you are to do. Now, everybody asked for this one. Nobody wants to wait anymore, so we put together a rapid get started package, and that's the rapid results. Now, our complete roadmap trader system, we're going to give you complete access to it because I want you to succeed. Once you get this roadmap, you'll be a lifelong DTI student. You'll be hooked. All that is rolled into this one package. Now, one of the big issues I found for people my age was having to deal with software. So I solved that problem. What I did, I hired a guy right there. His name's Jonathan Rowe. And Jonathan Rowe is my onboard specialist. So here's the way it works. Say you sign up. Jonathan sends you an email. Y'all get an adequate time. He takes over your computer, loads the software, you're ready to go. You don't have the obstacles I had when I first got started. His team consists of Chuck Crow, Mark Shar, and Tom Cheswick. They back Jonathan up, but Jonathan is the lead man to make sure you're understanding the tools and you are benefiting from being part of the roadmap system. Now, It's about helping you become a successful trader. This is something you ought to write down. If you learn it, you will make money. That's our guarantee. If you learn it, you will make money. Now, I think it's the most complete blueprint I've ever seen for learning how to be a good trader. You know, you think back and you think about, I see all the people's been with us 10, 15, 20 years. That says something right there. If you're serious, you want to learn how to do it, you start here. Now, it includes all this roadmap software. That's an annual subscription, by the way, an annual subscription. Roadmap trader course, the 4 patterns module, the trade management course, getting started quick, access. Our technical support is unbelievable. We have the ability to knock it out where you don't spend your time trying to be a computer technician. Now, if you are a computer technician, you'll still use us because it'll save you time. You go work on somebody else's computer. Anyway, we're here and we have a no-nonsense guarantee. You're going to make money if you listen. Now, let me review this stuff, okay? Somebody asked me, Tom, how do you get so good at market time? I said, I used the roadmap. Tom says, how did you make that trade? I used the roadmap. Tom, how did you know to be long this week? I used the roadmap. The answer is always the same. The roadmap software is clearly, in my mind, and anybody that learns it, the best software on the planet for deciding long, short, or out and setting up a trading process that will work for you. You can customize it to anything you want to do. That's how I make my living doing it. Now, here comes the deal. Listen up. You got 2 options. They're simple options to take advantage of the roadmap. The first one is a $497 price tag. That's 1 year and the complete cycle here. 1 year license with the roadmap at $497. That's a great deal because actually I got to tell you something sort of funny. The price they had on this is our new price. And I said, no, go with the special price because today will be the last day that I will offer it at this price, but $497. And that also includes the new high noon feature, okay? Option 2, we put a package together for you because we thought, what are our successful students have? And this is what it is. Option 2 is 2 years of the roadmap. You get 2 years of the roadmap. We also include 2 years of our live 24-hour trade. There's no come in at this time or come in at that time. You have full access to our trade room. It's open anytime the market's open. So you dial in, you can be in anytime you want. This is a wonderful package. My team that makes up the trade rooms, Jeff Smith, you heard Jeanette mention him. He's been with me a long time. He is unbelievable, one of the best traders you'll ever learn from. Chuck Crow, my longest employee. Chuck started with me back before we were in this building. Been with me a long time. Charlie Finn, he's an option guru. Steve Thompson was a former student that became our moderator in the trade room. He does Trade Zone 1. Celeste Lindman, she is a swing trader that comes in and perfects the art of swing trading for people. The Global Trade Room is open for business Sunday night to the close of business on Friday. It's open anytime the markets are open. Memorial Day, watch what I'm talking about. People love it because they got a place to go that sifts through all the news. It's a bottom line place to talk about trading, trade ideas, things in the market, and whether to be long, short, or out. We analyze the market. We execute orders together. We find opportunities in stock, futures, and options. Organize the data that every trader faces. We actually, it's a hand-holding approach where you got all these single traders. You got top ideas. It's really a buzz room of activity, I think, okay? I'm always signed into it. Now, we have 3 main moderated sessions each day, 8:30 to 10:30 Central Time or 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern Time. That's Trade Zone 1. Trade Zone 2 happens between 12 and 1:30. Notice that break in reference bar 3 to reference bar 4. That's why that's there. And then, of course, we finish up the day with you from 2:30 to 3:15. 3 moderated trade zones a day. We also have pre-market opportunities where we'll see something happening today that we want to be there early tomorrow. And that's when you see me in there, okay? Night owl planning session. Chuck does the key numbers, the planning session for each day. And we have option training every day, Monday through Thursday. My commitment to you, I've been in this game a long time. I made and lost a lot of money. We're in this thing together. I want you to succeed. You get the roadmap. We'll put the time with you to make sure you learn it. And now you got some software that no one else has that you'll be able to take advantage. I don't care. I'll put somebody that we train with the roadmap software against anybody that's been in this market. Anybody. It's that good. Available to 25 people. Okay. I guess this price is available, right? Okay. I want to make sure. Is that right, Adam? Okay. 25 people. Okay. Price. Okay. Option 1. Let me go over this. You have to understand this. Option 1 is $497 for 1 year. Now, option 2 is the best deal. You get 2 years of the roadmap plus our global trade room in there. Okay. Now, think about it. 2 years for $997. All right. So that is what we're offering today. Option 1 and option 2. Now, how do they sign up? I don't see a link or anything. I don't know. Where's the link, Adam? We don't have a link. They telepathically do it. How do they do it? Is there a page they go to?
Tom, I know the link.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably coming up in a slide. You're just not there yet. I'm just guessing.
Okay, I didn't get there. Okay, sorry. My bad.
UTItrader.com/EMC.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to do a live session to welcome everybody aboard Monday at 11 o'clock Central Time. Write that down. Monday at 11, live session. That's live trading, folks. Now, there we go. Okay, DTItrader.com/EMC, or you can call 904-416-1776. Remember, 1 year of the software, 2 years gets you the roadmap plus 2 years in our trade room for $997. That's a no-brainer offer, okay? Now, are we letting people just ask questions, or how are we doing the questions? Is that a question and answer? How are we doing that, Jeanette?
Yeah, Tom, you should be able to see the questions. Do you see the Q&A box?
Let's see. Yeah, I see some questions. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What is the success of trades using the software? Okay. All right, here is the way I would reply. You're going to be right at least 67% of the time. Once you learn it, you're going to move close to 80. You don't want to get more than 80 or you're not taking enough risk. About 4 out of 5 is where you're going to drive to with training, okay? I think that's good. The data, it depends on who you trade through. We got several plans there, but what we do, we listen to you. If you got TD Ameritrade, we got you covered. If you got Interactive Brokers, we got you covered. It depends on how you come. If you got DTN, eSignal, we're connected to most major brokers that have it. Do I trade in markets all around the world? Yes, I do. And the roadmap will work for any market, any place on the planet. Okay? Robert, I didn't see your full question. Yeah, you can come in our trade room anytime, day or night. It's open 24 hours from Sunday night to Friday's close. Holidays, we're there. A lot of people don't know this, but we got Memorial Day. We're going to be open on Memorial Day. There's markets around the globe that are open. We'll be open on Memorial Day. Have been for years. Let's see. Adam wants me to play Beat the Box. I think he's got a few stocks to type in. He wants me to check. So let's see. Any more questions? No, it doesn't automatically place the buy or sell orders. You have to enter those yourself. It will alert you if you set the parameters in there. Say, hey, let me know. I'd be interested in getting long Apple. It will let you know. Okay. All right, let me bring Beat the Box. Can you? Yeah, sure. Can I? The 497 is the complete package, roadmap for 1 year. All the training, everything that we promised will be in level 1 for 497. All right, let's have some fun here, okay? I like this. I can tell you. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna get it in this box here. Here, let me do that real quick. I gotta shrink it down a little bit. All right, let's go. Okay, give me a stock or two, and let me analyze it using the roadmap. Let's do that real quick. That's a great question about coming to the trade room. Just name a stock, any stock at all. I'll put the mini in there while y'all thinking. ESM2O. Okay. Look at this. The market is coming down. See that? That's a sell signal right there on the market at 28.75. All right, so let me tell you how to read that. That's basically telling you don't be adding any new positions, okay? Like 75% of all stocks will fall. Certain stocks will go up. I happen to have two that are going up, Apple and Now. Let me show you now. Let me show you now. This is neat, okay? This is so neat, 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 neat. I actually got three. I got Nugget over here. Well, Nugget came down a little bit. Never mind. Hit 75, my target. Okay, look at Now. It's still going up, 386. Look at that. And here's Apple. Apple's hanging in there pretty good too. Got a bad bar, but it's just sort of consolidating. Not bad at all. That's Apple. Let's look at, let's see if there's anybody else has got any stocks there they want me to put in there. Gave you Apple. Let's look at Nugget because I think, let's just see where Nugget is. I still got a position in Nugget and find out if I want to jump in there. I took my profit, by the way, in UPRO while I've been talking. Took my profit. All right, there's Nugget. Nugget has not killed the gold rally. It's got to drop below that low, 72.83. If it goes below 72.83, that's where my stop is. I'll get out of Nugget. It's currently 73 and a quarter. Okay. Anyways, you can be up to date. You can do anything you need to do just by following those simple 4 patterns. Okay. Yeah, Adam's got a whole list of them here, so let me put these out there. Boeing. All right, I'll put Boeing in there. All right, Boeing is in a sell signal. Remember, its weekly low is 122. The target is about 122 here if Boeing goes down, and it should. All right, let's look here. He's got XOM. That's an oil energy stock. XOM. These are live quotes, folks. I mean, you can't, I mean, look at that. Energy is falling. And I want to show you something in a second that'll blow your mind, okay? But look at that. That's coming down, right? Now, let me show you something else, okay? Another tool. Let me do this real quick. Let me grab it real quick for you. Under launch. Okay. All right. So here's your 10 shorts right here. You could go look at these stocks right here. All these stocks, okay? All these stocks would give you a place to go find stocks to play with the market going down right now, okay? So watching that S&P tells you a lot about what to do in the market. That was my point, okay? And I think that's important. All right, so let's see. I don't even know. I've never traded that again, but I have traded that Goro. Let's see what Goro looks like. Here's Goro. I don't even know what they do, but I tell you what, you could track it for 20 years and I plug it in the roadmap and I'd go up against you. Never traded it. Goro. What does Goro do? It's bullish. It's above its reference bar. It went to its target and now it's consolidating, but it's bullish. What does Goro do? I don't know what Goro does. Here's one of my favorite stocks, NVIDIA. NVIDIA got a sell signal on NVIDIA. This bar here has got a bad tail on it, but anyway, a sell signal on NVIDIA. As long as NVIDIA stays below that high, that reference bar, which is 307, and the S&P keeps going, you'll find this about NVIDIA. It pretty well directly follows the S&P, okay? Directly follows that S&P. Gilliard, I can tell you, let me put Gilliard in there. That's one I've been trading a little bit. GILD. GILD. Okay. Looks neutral to me, but it's trying to sell off. But right now, if it gets above, it looks like about 78, which is not very far from here, then I wouldn't do anything with Gilliard today. Okay. Pretty good stuff, though. All right, let me review the package for you. I got about 8 or 9 minutes. Any other questions? You're going to learn those 4 patterns. You're going to learn about the high noon feature, that new one we just added. And then what you're going to be able to do is take whatever you want to trade. And with Jonathan, he's got a couple profiles to tell you, hey, I want to be a short-term trader. He'll show you that profile, or a swing trader, show you that, or a long-term trader. But here's what I would tell you, and you got to take this one to the bank. I want you to listen closely. You get any trade idea at all, before you grab that mouse and put money into the market, plug it into your roadmap and see if it's a buy or sell. That will save you a literal fortune by doing that one exercise. One little deal. Put it in there and see what the box is saying, okay? Now, I just got this love letter from one of my clients. We rang the register today on Now and GDXJ. Nice going. I've only been with DTI for a short time, and I'm impressed. You really do want the student clients to do well. Of course I do. Who wants to have people losing money? Okay? You put a lot of time in, and results show the DTI method works. Everyone at DTI has been terrific. Thank you very much. I look forward to a very profitable and lasting relations. Steve Oley said that. Nice, Steve. Way to go. So let's talk about scholarships. I like scholarships. That's one of my themes, We're going to trade live on Monday. And so we're going to put you into a position. And that position, okay, will be according to the rules that you'll get to see firsthand in a live session with me on Monday if you sign up today. Okay? Absolutely. All right. So what else do they want? Anything else? I've answered all the questions. I'm just trying to think. Jeanette, did I forget anything?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
You got 8 minutes.
Yeah, I got 8 minutes.
Yeah. You've done a lot of these stocks. Why don't you?
Here, let me show in something real quick, okay? Let me show in something. I got 8 minutes.
You got 8 minutes.
All right. All right. I've been telling you all day long that I bought gold, right? Okay, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Okay. I'm trying to get it shrunk. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm long gold. Nugget is what I'm long, okay? Now I've got to stop, okay, in gold at 72.85 based on the roadmap. I own 1,000 shares of it right now. I think, let me see if I sold off some on that high. I had some orders staggered in there. Let's see what I got left. Let's see. Well, I'm looking for my deal here. Hold on. I'll get there. Give me a second. Yeah, I got 400 left. I had 1,000 shares. You can see I originally bought 3,000, okay? And I sold it off as it was going my way. I'm on what I will teach you how to do. It's called a free ride. I've been doing this for years, okay? A free ride means you make money in what you're doing and then you let it just coast to the close. And this is a stock here. Let's see what, I'm gonna see if it shows my gain for the day on it. Let me find it. I like doing this, of course. Well, let's see. Grab this and move it this way. Maybe I'll find it that way. It's hard to move. There it comes. Yeah, I'm up 38.70. In the current 400 positions, I'm up 12.56. So if I could come up with a trade like that for you on Monday, that would be what's called about a 10 bagger for you. But and I will be able to. I'm that good. Here, I'll show you my ETR line. This is another tool. When I'm doing presentations, I keep up with everything. That's why I knew Apple was going up. I knew Now was going up. I keep track of what I'm in right there, and that sort of helps me, navigate what I'm seeing. All right, let me finish. Let's see. I'm down about 5 minutes. I can't think of anything else. I made my case. If you want to win, you want to make money, you want to be with a team of people who's been around, then click that box and get on board. Now, option 1 year. Option 2 is the better deal. You get 2 years of the roadmap. You get you get the trade room for 2 years. That's big, folks. That's $1,500 a year is what we charge for that. So that's huge. So I want to thank Jeanette and the team, Raleigh, and everybody for putting this together. A wonderful webinar, and I appreciate it. And notice that S&P is hanging out down there. Now, would y'all like to know? Oh, I like the hat. Would y'all like to know where this market's going to turn around from here? I'll give that to you. That way you can watch it this afternoon unfold. Let me just give that to you. And then I will end my day. Okay, I'm going to put the E-mini back in there. ESM20, bada bing. Okay. Remember I talked about 4 patterns, okay? And I said that a sell failure was a better pattern than a sell signal, especially with the market going up. So what price on the S&P would tell me this market's turned around? Look at the top of that blue bar there. It's 91. I know if we go above 91 in the last hour today, then you're going to see a rush to buy it. Knowing that information right now will help you make money, because then you might get into more Apple, you might get into more Now, you might get into something that you want to get into, and that market will turn around. The low of the market, if it goes down, is already identified about 63 on the S&P. That's about 14 S&P points. So I wanted to show that to you. Again, thank all of y'all for being here. And Jeanette,
Yes,
have I
sir.
slowed down any in all these years?
No.
Still
I keep saying I'm going to, and I don't think you have either. So
nope, no.
we have that
That's
in
why I
common.
hired her. I met her when she was 27 years old, and she was a fireball, still is one, I'm sure.
Trying to keep up. Tom's trying to keep up.
I understand.
That was 5 years ago, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
I'm 26, so can we
Yeah.
drop it back one? Thank you, Tom. I'm going to take the screen back over, okay?
You got it. Thank you
Thank
very
you, Tom.
much.
Have a